Hello everyone, this is Music Mukbang. I'm Zoe, and today we are talking to Cherry Vance. Hello!
Hi.
Visiting from Nashville and opening up for Slow Pulp this evening. And you guys were selected to open up, and I'm so happy you're here. I was listening to Soundcheck earlier. Sounds so good, and I'm excited to hear all the originals and just see how the crowd reacts as well. So, to introduce everyone, let's go down the line and say your name and what instrument you play.
Alright, I'm Ari Ruckman, and I play electric guitar.
I'm Jude, I sing.
I'm Liv, and I sing and play guitar.
I'm Gigi, and I play bass.
I'm Dom, I play drums.
So I was the only last name guy.
Okay, you chose this life.
You guys are Cherry Vance collectively, but you all have like a pretty, like, I don't know how you would describe, but a pretty notable individual accomplishments and past as well. I know Gigi and Liv, you guys were in a girl group up until 2020.
That is true.
And Jude, you do a lot of like work with Still Harley, who we both know, and production and writing.
Shout out
and stuff
Still
like
Harley.
that. Yes, shout out. Thank you
We love you,
for
Philip.
making this happen, basically.
Yeah.
But with your past experiences, how do you feel that it has carried over, or maybe it is different than past bands or past things that you've done musically?
I mean, yeah, Gigi and I especially, the touring aspect, because we were in a band, we played multiple tours, like these big tours, like we opened up for Bowling for Soup and Simple Plan.
Yeah.
That band had its run for 3 years, I
Yeah.
would say.
Yeah. No, maybe a bit longer.
A little bit longer.
But, I mean, just playing shows and touring, we're used to the touring lifestyle. We're able to, just drive and stay up all night and then have to play a show. We're used to that. So.
And compared to Cherry Vance, how involved in the writing and the production process were you in Not Your Girlfriends?
And Not Your Girlfriends, I mean, I wrote all the songs.
Yeah.
I wrote most of them with Jarrett Reddick of Bowling for Soup.
Okay.
But yeah, I would bring my own ideas to the writes and stuff.
Absolutely. And now in the band, Jude and Liv, you guys do a lot of the songwriting, or is it pretty evenly split?
Normally, me and Liv will write songs together. This is how it's been going as of recently, where we'll just play an acoustic guitar and sing a melody, and then have everybody else kind of write their own parts.
Yeah.
So we'll come in with something like Super Bear, and then have Dom play drums, Gigi play bass, and they'll kind of also be a part of the writing process and their own instruments. But,
yeah, absolutely. And Jude, you grew up in a very musical household. Your dad was or I guess still is, touring musician. Do you?
She did her research. By the way.
I
That's
know.
crazy.
I feel like
I'm in my bed at night. I'm like, you never know what I'm gonna unearth
I
next.
feel so seen.
But do you feel like that really kind of prompted you to pursue it yourself, or was it kind of oh, you can do whatever you want?
Yeah, definitely. Just shout out to Liv. Shouted out my illustrious athletic career. But yeah, I mean, just growing up, my dad forced me to go to piano lessons. I'd be hanging on the wall, I don't want to go.
Yeah.
But now I'm eternally grateful that I can play the piano, and seeing him write songs and get screwed over on percentages or get it right sometimes definitely helped trigger my mind and the business sense of making music and stuff for sure. And just being surrounded by instruments.
Absolutely. Do you feel like it creates a certain amount of pressure, or?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'll see. I've always wanted to be bigger than my dad. Luckily, he wasn't the biggest. None of you guys have heard of him, but
That's not true.
Shots fired.
no, they're great. He's had he had a great
Does
career.
your dad even have social media? Is he gonna be able to?
Yeah, go
That's
follow.
so
Shout out.
But at the same time, it's I'm very grateful for that. But I also would just like to do my own thing completely and just try to not think about living up to anything, because we're already way better than that band.
Oh my
I'm just
our first
Cut
hate
that
comments.
out.
No, I'm
on
kidding.
Jude's dad.
I'm kidding. Shout out to the Nixons. Everybody go check them out.
Yes.
Mhm.
We for those listening and not watching and can't pick up the facial expressions, we're not hating on.
No, I love my father.
We actually
We all
met.
love
Jude and I met because Gigi and I opened up for his
Really?
dad.
Oh
in the
my
Nixons.
gosh. I was gonna say, I was like, how did
They're
that?
old band.
And was it like sparks instantly? Like,
Oh
how-
God.
I mean,
well, I lived in New York actually when we
Okay.
met, so it took a while. We'll leave it at that. I took my time.
Okay.
There's a song about it. It's called Space Girl.
yeah,
There-
that was like
Ah.
the first time we ever hung out. We made that song.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Okay.
it's on our Spotify page forever.
Yeah.
And is that how you met Still Harley as well too?
No, so
When you time
we
in
actually
New
went to school together in New
Okay.
York, and it was during COVID. They locked us all into dorms,
Yeah.
and I had like a studio set up in mind. So Still Harley, Philip would just come through there, and we just freestyle and like
Nice.
BS songs.
And what were you studying in school at the time?
Songwriting,
Okay.
actually, music composition.
And do you feel like having that formal education helped you?
No.
No.
Don't go to school if you're trying to be a musician.
Okay.
I mean,
Controversial
Yeah.
interview.
No, that's facts though.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun, and I met a lot of people, and I was in a band there, which was cool to just like, I'll always have friends in New York who
Yeah.
will come to my shows who I can write songs with, and I loved my time living there.
Yeah.
But the school aspect, I felt like I was learning more just being in Nashville, writing with
Sure.
people around town.
And I'm gonna get to the Nashville piece in a second because
Mhm.
I'm like obsessed. But Dom, you went to school for music,
I
correct?
did,
Yes.
Yeah,
Don
I did,
is
I
the
did.
mysterious one in the
Yeah,
group.
So mysterious, but not so mysterious that I couldn't find the information on the internet.
I should have
Wow.
been
That's
that.
awesome.
Dom went to Belmont,
I
and
did.
in your opinion, did you
Respect.
feel like your studies helped you at all in the real world?
I mean, there's certain aspects
Sure.
of it. Like, I went for audio stuff, engineering, business. I mean, I definitely learned some stuff.
Yeah.
It was great to network, and I mean, there's
Yeah.
definitely positives to it. But like overall, I'd say, I mean, you could probably just learn all of it yourself.
Sure,
if you really
Go and
wanted
do it.
to.
And I feel like if you're that interested in it, like I see like a lot of people, that are just like doing it in their bedroom, and you're like, how did that even come to be?
Yeah.
And then there will be people that will like get their master, not dissing like people that pursue it, but like some people will like put that extra time in. It doesn't necessarily generate extra skill set or success, because that is not even how it's determined these days. But so how did you guys all end up in Nashville? What's the Cherry Vance lore here?
Are you?
Want me to take over?
Yes. Take it away.
Well, so I was actually born in Chicago, but moved to Nashville when I was like 3 for my dad's job.
Okay.
So I'm from Nashville. I say I'm from
What part of Chicago?
Northbrook.
Okay.
Skokie.
Gotcha.
But I don't really know much about it.
Yeah, no, I won't
Yeah.
press with
So
the question,
anyway.
but I know the area.
Yeah, so I moved to Nashville, grew up there, was always in music. I ended
Mhm.
up going to school with Jude in 7th grade,
Okay.
and he was probably the first person I ever started kind of just jamming with, and,
Sure.
and we would everyone on like snack would be going playing football and basketball. We would be in the
Snack
music.
is
It's like recess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we went to
That's what you call it.
yeah, that's what they called it. So
It was
anyway,
weird.
we
That's some like
we
European
were-
We would
stuff.
sneak into the music.
yeah, we were the
rooms
only
just
2
to-
people we would sneak into the music room and just jam. And then, thankfully, our school had a class called Rock Band,
Okay.
and we got the chance to just play in bands.
Yeah.
We've been making music,
Yeah,
playing
since we were like
jamming.
12 years old,
12
probably
years
old.
together.
Okay.
And then that's me and Jude's side of the story. That's how I know this guy. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
What brought y'all
Liv
to
and I-
Nashville?
Liv and I, or yeah,
We moved to
We moved.
Nashville 3 years ago.
Okay.
right after our band broke up, we were like,
Yeah.
we needed a fresh start. We
Yeah,
had
yeah.
a friend who lived out in Nashville, and we stayed at her house for a week, and we were like,
We
this
got
is the
sold.
place. Like,
Yeah.
we gotta move here.
And
So-
was that hard transition wise with it being kind of
I mean,
around
it ended
COVID?
up being a little hard on our family.
It was
But
Yeah.
like, it was
Uh,
early 2022.
it was
so
our whole
like-
family moved with us.
Oh,
We have a younger
okay.
brother, mom, dad.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And
So.
do they love it as much as you do now?
They're supportive. They're not like, they don't love it like more than us.
Okay.
Like, cause we were in a band when we were like little kids.
Sure,
and people
so
would
they
always ask
know.
us, like,
Yeah.
are you just like,
Yeah.
you know, living vicariously through your child? It's like, no, that is not the
No.
case at all.
Also, our parents are
but
music
yeah.
lovers, so
Sure,
they
sure.
like the culture.
Yeah.
Well, and I feel like it's very clear, like you were talking about the touring and stuff like that. It like they're already like down for the
They are very supportive.
So that totally makes sense. And speaking of Nashville, Jude, you and your dad played around at the Bluebird.
The Bluebird, and I got to actually bring them up too. So
Yes,
they technically
I saw that.
did too.
Technically,
for one
you
time.
put it on your APK there. How was that? Describe the experience for maybe those that aspire to play there, or just people that want to know.
I mean, anytime that you're given the opportunity to do the Bluebird, it's definitely an honor. It was awesome. There's a lot of songs I've written being in Nashville. Just like, hopefully one day I'll get to play this at the Bluebird. Like, you're thinking that as you're writing the song almost. So it was awesome just to be in that circle with like David Hodges
And
Tyler Bryant, which was, I was just nervous because I felt like I was playing to them more than like the people around. But it was awesome. It was definitely an honor. I'd like to do it just as like Jude Malloy night one day, and I can bring all my friends up. But
And if you don't feel comfortable discussing, you definitely don't have to. But how did that kind of like come to be? Were there like conversations that were had, or did it just kind of present itself?
So it was my dad's night, and I'd been like begging him to do it for forever.
Yeah.
And he kind of just thought like I didn't really have anything to show for it. It would just be like a favor, But finally with
You and your dad's
But between like Cherry Vance, he's a massive fan. He loves Cherry Vance stuff, and I actually got my first couple cuts for like other bands, songs that I've written for other bands, and that kind of was like the doorway for him to be like, okay, like you're ready, I guess.
Absolutely. And feel free to name drop. Is there any like what are some of the other bands that you've worked with, and how is that different working with another band versus writing for Cherry Vance?
Yeah, so writing for other, to name drop, I mean I right now my two cuts are in the metal world, which is very weird for me. Yeah, it's just like getting where you fit in.
Yeah.
And I got asked to write with these two bands, which I ended up getting on both the albums, which was surprising. I don't even listen to metal music, so it was
you do sometimes.
Yeah. But I'd say like writing for yourself, you just have to be so honest, because I feel like when people are listening to an artist, they want to like hear that person's story. Whereas when you're writing for someone else, you have to pretend to be that person.
Yeah.
So I found myself a lot of the times like writing songs for myself that were just lies, because I was in the mode of writing for other people. But I think it's important to be honest in your own music, and then try to step into someone else's character when you're writing for them.
Gotcha. And do you feel like you kind of have to like cater a little bit more to like the feedback, or were the bands that you were working with pretty open to like
so I actually wrote with the bands in the room too. Gotcha. So it was like a proper co-write, and usually that's how it'll go in Nashville.
Sure.
There are some artists who will just take everyone's songs and release them, but
Should I wear this for the show?
Do it.
I'm curious to know the names of the bands. You don't have to say them.
Okay, so I have a song coming out with a band called Dead Eyes.
Okay.
And another band called If Not Us.
All right.
Which are two bands on Thriller Records.
Okay.
So that's kind of the world that I'm writing for, like Thriller, some of their artists.
Yeah, absolutely. How did you get into that? Was it kind of
So we actually made a song with this guy named Kyle Odell. Shout out to Kyle. And he produced our song Sugarcoat, which is out on all platforms. And he also worked a lot with like Falling in Reverse and like really heavy bands. And he just thought I was a good songwriter, maybe thought that I fit with this band he was working with. But I totally 100% through him hitting me up saying, I think that this band would want to write with you.
That's sick.
Yeah.
And do you find that you guys like living in Nashville, being in Nashville, that there's a lot of that sort of like connecting with people and
that's all.
Nashville's so collaborative.
Is that like what are some for people that are maybe considering living in Nashville? What are the pros? What are the cons?
Are you in it? You've lived there a long time.
Yeah. Well, I would say obviously pros. Actually, I think this could be like a pro and a con.
Okay.
is that there are so many people who are involved in the music industry, whether it's producers, engineers, songwriters, musicians, anybody, lighting guys, like sound guy, I mean anything. And that's really good because that can create like a massive network of people that you can always rely on and your community. But however, that's like, it's a really, really small community. Everybody knows everybody. Like bad word will spread so fast. So like if something, you know, that's why like just treating like everybody with the utmost respect, because
crash out.
Especially in like I know this goes for everywhere, but like especially in Nashville, like you just never know who somebody is or who somebody may know or who somebody might be working with right now, and they'll never forget your face if you do something bad. So that's
And I was just in a conversation with like 1824, which is like Universal Music Group's like college division, and they were talking about like social media and stuff like that, and they were like, you never want to burn a bridge because like the negative stuff is always gonna stick out more than the positive, and so like it's better to just like put it out of your mind than to like than to be like, listen here, I'm gonna give you a piece of my mind.
Treat everyone with respect and you'll get it back.
Yeah, definitely. So Ari, now that we're talking to you, you recently were named by Nashville Scene Magazine's Readers Poll the best instrumentalist, beating out Grace Bowers. Is that weird, cool, or a little bit both?
Start some beef now.
Let's go.
First of all, I've gotten the chance to meet and hang with Grace, and she's just, honestly, she's been like, I've looked up to her for so many years. Yeah. So it was really cool. Like when someone texted me that picture of my name over hers, I was like, I thought it was Photoshop, thought it was fake, thought they were messing with me. Yeah. Because like I've never won anything or been recognized for anything in my life.
Come on, man.
I never had. No, like an award or something like that. So when I woke up and saw my name in a magazine, I was like, oh my God, this is huge for my family and me, and I've been working in my band, and I've been working so hard my whole life to be finally recognized, especially in my own city, in the Nashville scene. Like that was a very, very special moment. But I will say that you brought up Grace Bowers. I was in the Readers Poll. Mm-hmm. She won the Writers Poll Best New Artist, and she got her whole page, and like they got her thing.
She got a couple Grammys too.
Yeah, she's got.
She's fun.
She just performed at the Grammys. She's been on Jimmy Kimmel, and she's killing it. Absolutely. I absolutely am inspired by her every day. So.
Yeah, and do you feel like a recognition like that for you, kind of like gives you the fuel to keep going in a way? Like, are you motivated in that way?
Yeah, I mean, it just tells you that I must be doing something right.
Sure.
You know, I must be surrounding myself with the right people. I must be practicing, you know. But it's like, especially in Nashville, Music City, like, and being named the best instrumentalist, that's not just guitar. That's guitar, bass, drums, piano, and like Dom's the best drummer I know. He's like an insane piano. I mean, like there's Grace Bowers and like these like Tom Bukovac. I know all y'all know Tom Bukovac. I mean, that's like my idol. Like I'm not better than them, and I know I'm not better than them, but being named that award, it's truly like an serious honor. Yeah. But it just makes me want to work harder to win the next thing. So
let's go. He's going for 4 years in a row. So go vote.
Is it actually open right now? Because I can put the link in the bio.
If it is,
vote. I doubt it.
Speaking of instruments, I know there's a lot of legendary guitar shops, lots of cool music shops in Nashville. Liv, I know I see you playing the Gibson SJ acoustic a lot, so this brings me to ask, if you were on a desert island and you needed to have one instrument with you, what would you pick? And it could be like, it could even be an instrument that you don't necessarily play. Like if you were like, I'd like to take up the ukulele.
I think we should let Dom start this one.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah! What are you gonna pick, Dom?
Dom's gonna take a flute.
That's actually true. Come on. One drum kit.
Okay.
Right.
What drum kit? What kind?
What kind? Let's hear this.
What instrument is the best for survival though?
I feel like for survival,
what could you burn for fire?
I got you.
Like,
no. What would you want to play or learn?
Probably like just a DW collector.
Yeah. Okay.
I got one out there, but like I'd probably get a new one.
Okay.
You know, zillion cymbals.
All right.
Set it up.
Dom's just on the deserted island, just
making
play.
sick.
Alright, how are you, Gigi?
Well, I am committed to my Stingray bases.
Okay.
Like, fully.
Alright.
Just trying to get a deal.
I'm just
Not sponsored, but it could be.
I'm trying out here. But we have a piano. It's like an upright piano.
That's what I was gonna say. I would take
Yeah.
like a upright piano.
Okay.
Like a grand piano.
Alright.
I feel like lately I play guitar on stage, but I love playing the piano so much, and I think it's because of you. Like,
Piano was
he's
my
always
first
playing the piano all the
instrument,
time. It's so great.
I would say piano, but
Yeah.
if I'm gonna be on the deserted island, like I'm really thinking I'd want to learn something, right?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to learn the banjo.
Mm.
Oh, that could be a vibe.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go with banjo.
Okay.
Okay.
For me, well, I would say my Charvel with the Floyd Rose. Gotta have the Floyd Rose on it.
Alright.
But since we are on an island, there's no electricity. There's no. I
Mm.
can't bring an amp or anything. So
True.
it's gotta be. It's gotta be a nice Martin acoustic guitar.
Alright.
Yeah,
There we go.
And I'll
Classic.
me and banjo and the Martin.
And no, but you're by yourself.
Yeah,
so
you
I'll
guys
just be
can.
dueling banjos against
Yeah.
myself.
This is something that I ask everyone who comes on Music Mukbang. What would be your dream venue to play? And we can start with you.
All right, I'll start. I mean, obviously, growing up in Nashville, I used to grow up going to Bridgestone Arena and Nissan
Yeah.
Stadium,
Yeah.
and it's right down the road from my house. So if I'm literally getting goosebumps talking about it. Like if I got the chance to play Bridgestone, man, I would cry seriously.
Yeah. That would be sick. How about you, Jude?
Man, I guess I'll shout out a venue like something that I feel like we will do this next year in Nashville is the Blue Room
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
in Nashville that Jack White owns attached to his record shop. I've always wanted to play there, and it looks like we're pretty close to finally making it happen.
That'd be so cool. That's so cool. How about you, Liz?
I've always said Wembley Stadium.
That's what I was
Oh.
thinking. Yeah, we can't keep doing
And
that.
I think that also could be attainable the next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, biggest stadium in the world. Let's
Yeah.
do
Like,
it.
if you don't strive for the best, then like what are
Dream
you
big.
even doing?
Right.
you know?
Right. Dream big. How about you, Dom?
I was gonna say the same.
This is why you guys are all in a band together. You think you're the same
well,
way,
obviously, Wimby. I'm changing my
Wemby.
answer.
Yeah.
Wemby.
I mean, that would
Victor
be...
Wimby.
You can't all have my
I wanna
answer,
play
His
guys.
house.
Like,
I wanna play his house.
And then you guys have a song coming this Friday. Should we let's promote the heck out of it?
Yeah.
Let's tell them what's it about.
1,000 Miles by Cherry Vance, March 7th. All right, now go.
Damn. It's about being in a long distance relationship
Okay.
and how much it sucks, and they're like constantly when you're with the person in denial of the fact that they're gonna leave at some point.
Mhm. It's a
Yeah.
true story.
Yeah, I was gonna say
It
is it based on
is.
experience? Got it.
Yeah, so I think at around the time we wrote this, it was right before I left school, and I was back in Nashville, and we wrote it knowing that I was leaving in like a couple weeks. So the song's about like, I know that you're leaving soon, but I don't really care. I just want to like have fun
Yeah,
with you
yeah,
before you leave.
Okay.
Type.
All right, and so by the time this interview is out,
Yeah.
you'll be able to listen to it. So go listen to it everywhere.
Go stream that.
Please. So now we're gonna get into like, we'll take these questions a little more speed round because like I'm not trying to like take all of your time. But I have some
Oh.
alcoholic and non-alcoholic chocolates if you guys would like to enjoy.
Okay.
And then I also have some alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages that we can
Wow.
crack open if you so want. This
Right
is
now.
yeah, if you want to. But you don't. I mean, like I know you're like literally like 20 minutes before you need to go on stage.
No, I definitely need a
Give
beer
me a
before.
sparkling
So
water.
this is like just a kind of like, it's like this is an IPA. This is
Okay.
not an IPA.
Okay.
So.
Dank meme. I
Yeah, I
gotta
gotta
go.
go with green.
Okay.
Are you serious? Dom, you want a
Wait,
dank
can I
meme?
open it?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, let me get a dank bean.
Yeah. Go ahead. Just make sure it might like open it away from you.
Let me get a little DM.
It might.
Are these your
dude.
sponsors?
No. Not sponsored, but it
Cheers.
could
Thank
be.
you.
Cheers.
Bringing it back.
But yeah, so these are both two local Champaign breweries, yeah, in town.
Fire.
So I really like the rigs.
Is it good?
When we interviewed X Ambassadors, we brought them rigs, and they
Oh.
were like obsessed with it.
Damn, this is good.
And
Pretty free.
Ooh,
yes, we have
pretty dank, bro.
We have the lovely
Water.
so good though.
So
Alright.
good. Yeah.
So good. Not sponsored, but it could. Okay, so let's, and then you can help yourself to like the chocolates and stuff too, and definitely like take some.
We'll take them.
Like, like there's like Malibu, there's
Hey, we
vodka,
talk about
there's-
Malibu in our song.
Shout
Actually,
out.
first
Hey,
song.
there you go. And then there's like non-alcoholic candies for the underage individuals as well. So okay, I'm gonna try to group them a little bit too because, so we've got, and I'm gonna read the people's like usernames too because of it. So just call me Sarah Jo and Keegs for Knopf. Both kind of had similar questions.
Okay.
What are some of your musical inspirations / is there an artist that made you want to get into music in particular? And we can just free for all whoever wants to answer.
I'll say Cage the Elephant
Yeah.
for me.
All right, there you go.
Paramore is a huge
Yes.
one.
Oh my
Micah.
gosh.
My Chemical Romance.
Okay.
I mean, I really liked the Perfect Circle growing up.
Yeah.
I love Josh Freese, my favorite drummer. So
How about you, bro?
For me, Eddie Van Halen and Jacob Collier for sure.
So it's a very eclectic group we have here.
Nice. Okay. And Megan Danko wants to know what artist was your first concert and what artist was your favorite concert?
My first concert was Tori Kelly.
Okay.
Mine
was as well.
We went together. It was life changing.
My first concert was R5, so like
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
judging. Like Ross
That-
Gibbs, come
Ross-
on.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
They're fire though.
They are,
They're
and
fire.
now the Driver era, like they're
We
still
saw
touring.
them live.
Yeah.
The Rex opened up.
Yes.
What was your first show?
I think I share the same memories as a lot of people. It was the Wiggles for sure.
Really?
You saw 'em live?
Yeah, I saw him live when I was like 3 or 4.
Where'd you
dude.
see him at?
I was moshing, man. It was crazy.
Moshing at the
gosh.
Wiggles concert.
Favorite concert though,
Get the
obviously
Wiggles out.
Jacob Collier, front row at Bonnaroo. I'm like,
He had to let y'all know he was in the front row.
Row.
Well,
Did
'cause
you
that's-
have to
that's
wear
what
like an
made it.
adult diaper
Yeah.
to get the front row?
Yeah.
Dead ass. Oh my
Me and
gosh.
Dom have me and Dom's first concert was
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's kind of
Yeah.
a flex.
Yeah,
That's
like way back, separately, different states probably.
Mine was
Yeah,
the
mine
Beatles.
was
Yeah.
Illinois. It was Orland Park.
He saw the Beatles.
Yeah, I saw
live,
the
bro.
it was like Led Zeppelin back in the day. It was crazy.
Were you front row for that too?
Nah, I wasn't front.
Oh, okay.
I was,
okay.
He was side
I was in the
stage.
back.
Got it.
He's actually 60
Yeah,
years
I
old.
was actually on stage
He
playing.
just looks young.
Honestly.
All right. So, Cherry Vance, what is your favorite cherry flavored food?
Oh, we talk about this all the time.
I mean,
All right, I'm just gonna say it.
I can't think of it.
If anyone is over the age of 21 and have ever had an old fashioned, when they put the really good cherries that are like covered in sugar,
Yeah.
that's it. It's the old fashioned cherries
Okay.
or a cherry pie.
Ooh, cherry pie's good.
oh, he took the only one.
Yeah,
I feel like
I know,
cherry
I was-
pie's the
I was
one
gonna say
that
cherry
everyone-
pie.
Yeah,
I like the cherry lightsabers the most. They're the best flavor.
I'm
Cherry
surprised.
Jolly Ranch.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
I'm surprised no one
Lame.
said like the cherry Haribo,
Oh.
like those, like the
Wait,
actual
my
cherry.
mom.
Like,
I
gave
used to
us a
always
bunch of
say
those
I did
for
not like cherry flavored things growing up because it was like
sometimes
too,
like
too
cough
sweet
therapy.
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
medicine.
Dude,
Yeah, cough
yeah.
syrup for sure.
Shirley Temples. I used to drink.
Cherry cough syrup.
Actually, I'm gonna have to
Red
go
bean?
Dayquil.
That
Oh.
counts, right?
Or is that
Mine's
like
probably
red-
blue
Temples
raz.
cherry.
Are Shirley
Red
Temples?
12.
Oh yeah, red 40 just
Yeah, red
straight.
40.
Okay,
Yeah,
got
they
it.
have green
I
red
like
red
the
40.
cherry flavored though. I
like
think
the-
that's just
I like the
red.
red Gatorade.
Oh.
Cherry Gatorade.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just the red part of the gummy worms that are half blue, half red.
Okay,
just the
okay.
red
Just
part.
the red. Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, so yeah. Sweet red.
Sorry.
Sweet or salty snacks on road trips?
Sweet.
Sweet.
Okay.
Like candy or crackers?
Yeah, sweet.
What are we
like,
talking
let's
about?
be real.
Always
Uh,
like gummies.
I'm gonna go
Always
salty.
gummies.
Okay.
I'll go
Like a
salty.
chip or like a
Yeah,
Okay.
chips, crackers, pretzels, popcorn.
Dude, I actually had a mix. Today I had chocolate covered pretzels, sweet and salty.
There you
That
go.
is good.
There you go.
Yeah.
Someone was trying to like their rationale for the sweet was if you do salty then you have to drink more water then you have to go to the bathroom more on a road trip.
Yeah.
Sweet though, you
So-
get
Sometimes-
thirsty too.
Yeah.
That's true.
Sugar high. The crash is bad after.
And that too, that's part of my.
But
Yes,
like,
yes.
energy drinks and caffeine also make you crash. And
Alright.
we're
Oh,
trying-
and by the way, those questions were from our lovely social media coordinator Jaden. Thank you.
Thanks, Jaden.
Shout out,
Okay,
Jaden.
so Krista Lee Conway and Kenna Sloan 2024 both had similar questions, but do you have a favorite venue that you like to play or a favorite venue that you have played like all time?
Probably
I love the end.
Yeah, the end is where we've played at the most,
Okay.
so it's probably. Actually, I'll do an audible, and I'll say my favorite venue is Ari's backyard.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
He throws house shows, and it's kind of
Yeah,
was like the
I love
inception of the
that.
band was in his backyard.
We built like a 16 by 20 foot stage in the backyard.
You got
Nice.
food trucks to come.
Food trucks,
stuff.
artists,
Oh,
vendors, like
wow.
5
Yeah,
bands,
it was
DJ.
so
Yeah,
sick.
That is sick.
those are the most fun, I would say.
That is. And then just call me Sarah Jo. And let me find the other similar question.
You gotta give him the cred.
Yeah, I
man.
gotta give them the cred, you know. You are obviously opening for Soap Pop tonight. Is there another band that would be a dream to open for?
I mean, I'm just gonna say it. Cage the Elephant would be an
Yes.
absolute dream.
I mean,
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I
yes.
think
Cage
Paramore,
Elephant.
too.
And Paramore.
Yeah,
And
Paramore.
Paramore.
Taylor Swift.
Ooh, yeah, that would be cool.
Like Justin Bieber, like that'd be awesome.
Gail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Shout out.
And then clean pair of PJs.
Shout out Peach.
Shout out PJ.
Shout out.
PJ.
He wants to know what the opening song is gonna be.
What is it?
Should we tell him?
Should we
Wait,
tell
should
them?
we
I actually
tell
don't know what it is.
Yeah, we'll tell
Yeah,
him.
I don't even know.
They don't
We
even know.
never even.
I don't know what it is.
It's
What
gonna
is
be
it?
we're gonna start off with our song that we're releasing in 3 days.
Nice.
1,000 miles.
1,000 miles.
Coming up.
There we go.
Told you.
All right, and then Johnny Sings wants to know odds on Jude stage diving.
Jude has stage dive before, so I'm saying it's not like out
It's
of
not
the
out
question.
of the question.
I'm gonna say like 3-1.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
I'll
there's
just
like
leave it
a,
at that.
there's
So,
a
like, get your
6
bets
out
in.
of 10 chance.
It depends on how many people are there at the time that the stage dive would.
Depends on how
Okay.
strong they are too.
Yeah.
But it's not a wireless.
And how fat I am
Oh,
today.
no.
So I don't know. Yeah, you look really
Whoa.
Cut that out.
Yeah, cut that out.
Redacted.
No, leave it in.
Yeah, leave
People
it.
need to see this.
It's our real person. Like, I would say that to them.
The dark side of Cherry Vance. All will be revealed.
There's like a hit piece on us. Tomorrow.
Okay, so Buzz to the wall, and he says, "Hi, big fan here. Just wondering if the band has any plans to incorporate more tambourine in other
I think definitely.
Yeah.
more tambourine, right?
More tambo.
I mean, if Boz to the Wall wants more tambourine, then we're gonna bring more
We gotta
tambourine.
do it.
You heard that here first.
I'll drink to that.
We're gonna do it for you. And then Cooper J9 wants to know
Who?
favorite memory as a band.
Favorite memory?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Probably from an hour ago, whenever we went to the hotel
Oh yeah.
pool and y'all started singing "Baby."
Yeah, we
That
sang.
Oh.
soundtrack.
was
I
my
think-
favorite moment.
I'm gonna say the
ever.
most cliche answer. Like we spend like 4 to 5 days a week together. Like we have
Yeah.
memories
Oh my god.
endless. Like I literally cannot choose just one.
Yeah.
It's just like
I know, it's so hard.
anytime that I can
You
just
got
sit
one?
and hang out with these guys,
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
I would have to argue, man, that like a big turning point. I totally agree.
No,
I'm not right.
no. It's cool.
But we got to do this show in Waurika, Oklahoma, for like underprivileged kids who, it's the worst public school system in America. And we went, and they all showed up. It was packed, and they had never seen a live band before, so they thought we were like the Beatles, and it was like.
yeah.
Just the impact that we had on those kids was kind of like inspiring to just like, why are we doing it?
Yeah.
And it's really motivating to just keep doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So I would say Waurika, Oklahoma, that show that we did.
I agree with that.
Mm.
I mean, that's like the best one.
That
I
was
mean, like we've
super-
spent New
Emo
Year's
night,
together
tell 'em
as a
about emo
band. Like we spent every holiday
I
together.
know it's insane too because we haven't been a band for a full year yet. I mean, this
Yeah.
was
But
like,
we
I
started
know.
hanging out before we were like officially a band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just like best friends.
We are.
But yeah, emo night was really sick.
That was so
That was
sick.
crazy.
That was at Marathon Music Works in Nashville. and we opened the whole thing.
Yeah, they put us first.
And so that was a little nerve-wracking, but it was
so
really cool. We played "I'm Not Okay" by My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
And it was a great time.
Also, not to add another one on, but the first time that we played The End, and we was like, after
That was
we got
our
on
first,
stage,
like,
we were like, oh my god, like,
Yeah.
this is,
Yeah.
we can
We
do
didn't
this.
know if
Yeah.
anyone was
Like,
gonna
it's
come, and
gonna
then it was like
happen.
Everyone-
full.
We were like, all of our
Yeah.
friends
Yeah.
came. Like,
Yeah.
It was
it
really
was
cool.
great.
That's
That's
fun.
great.
Well, thank you guys
Thank
so
you.
much
Thank
for
you.
being on Music Mukbang. This has been Cherry Vance. I am Zoe. This is Music Mukbang, and good luck at the show tonight. You guys are going to do amazing.
Thank
So
you.
excited.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much.